You've got the word. Coke is on the go all over America, all over the world. And you, and you, and you are keeping it moving. And this is a quick story of how bottlers all around this globe keep a continuous supply of delicious, refreshing Coca-Cola always at your fingertips. All across this nation and overseas, the big move begins inside buildings like these. At the command of today's bottler of Coca-Cola are machines that allow for a maximum of speed and efficiency. This decasing machine, as an example, will automatically remove the empties from the cases and pass them along to the first step in the fast-moving cleaning and refilling process. In the next few minutes, these familiar bottles will undergo a cleaning that is hard to believe. But seeing is believing. Inside this marvelous machine, through a series of compartments and a number of temperature changes, the glamorous little containers will be cleaned, sanitized, and rinsed, coming out the other end sparkling and spotless, ready to take on a brand new filling of refreshment. Here, each bottle will be rinsed, pressure scrubbed with hot detergent, and rinsed again to help ensure sanitation and purity. And many different types of equipment are used to accomplish this. Let's look at one of them. In this automatic washer, as the bottles come from the unscrambler, they're put through a pre-rinse cycle where the water is squirted into the inside of the bottle. Then they move to a pre-wash, where a pressure scrubbing takes place. Then the bottles are soaked in a hot bacteria-killing caustic solution. Next, moving to the hot caustic hydro-friction washing. This is followed by a second sterilizing soaking, and then it's on to the final rinse. And then the cool, gleaming bottles make their way to the visual inspection. All the way through this bottling process, you'll see careful attention given to both the empty bottles and the filled containers. As the bottles finish their bath, we can get a look at the first of those important checkpoints. A visual inspection is given to find out if they've been chipped or cracked. When a damaged bottle is spotted, it is removed and destroyed. All right, item number 1, a container washed and checked, ready to go. Item number 2, the magic ingredient, the secret formula. Hey, doesn't that sound wild? But it's for real. No other formula in the world is so carefully guarded. This top-secret Coca-Cola syrup arrives at the bottling plants in these 54-gallon stainless steel drums or in stainless steel tank trucks, which keep it pure, safe, and full of that distinctive goodness of Coca-Cola. At no time is the syrup touched by human hands or exposed to any element that could contaminate its taste. It'll make its way automatically from the stainless steel tank directly to the filling machine. So we have 2 items on their way, the sparkling bottle and the top-secret syrup. Item 3, not so mysterious. It's water. Not so mysterious, but tricky. Good as it may be, city water is carefully treated and filtered in equipment like this before it can be used for Coca-Cola. You see, all water has some kind of mineral content, so the bottler must use this type of equipment to remove anything that might alter the taste of Coca-Cola. First step in the process is to treat city water with chemicals in a tank to remove certain chemical elements that might change the delicate taste balance of Coca-Cola. Treated water is then run through a sand and gravel filter to strain out any particles that might affect the physical appearance of the water. Next, the water is run through a carbon purifier to remove any final trace of off-taste or flavor. Add, if you please, ingredient number 4, the fizz. To produce the fizz in your bottle of Coke, treated water is first pumped into a cooler carbonator where it's cooled and CO2 gas is added. The carbonated water, along with syrup, is mixed in the proper proportions to produce finished Coca-Cola. Next step, put our sparkling clean friends to work again. They get very busy here at the filler and crowner. In simple terms, each bottle is receiving the exact amount of Coca-Cola. With this type of unit, the syrup and carbonated water are mixed before they go into the bottle. This makes it a one-step filling process. Incidentally, these crowns or bottle caps are fed down a separate line and are right on the spot when needed. Now, the last steps that we've shown you can be accomplished different ways. And in many bottling plants, a method known as the filler, syrup or crowner, would be employed. With this system, our sparkling friends would first receive their share of the syrup individually. Next, cool carbonated water is added. Then, after the cap or crown has been attached, the bottle would move to this mixer unit, which with graceful but speedy gyrations will mix the product uniformly. Through the bottling process, checks are made to be sure that the rigid standards for Coca-Cola are met. Tests are made for the correct filling of the bottles. And with this interesting gadget called a carbonation tester, it can be determined that the carbonation is correct in top drawer all the time. Aha! And here's another method of inspection, a private eye everyone should have if they've got a secret ingredient to guard. It helps check each and every bottle of Coke to make sure that no foreign matter has sneaked into the scheme of things. As with this test bottle containing a solid bit of matter, it'll spot the guilty bottle and reject it. All right, now it's time for our filled bottles of Coca-Cola to get out there and meet their adoring public again. And dig this snappy method of getting them in the cartons and cases. Would you guess that the technical name for this item is the case packer? Of course, when this is finished, we're ready for you. These cases of sparkling, delicious Coke will join others in the warehouse along with the other fine products of the Coca-Cola Company, like Sprite, Tab, and the delightful fruit-flavored Fanta brand beverages. And even a supply of canned products is on hand, along with Coca-Cola in handy pre-mixed containers to meet the growing demand for this type of packaging. We don't mean to give the impression that our classy, glassy little friends just sit around the plant using up space. No, indeed. They seldom stay here for more than a day before duty calls. Then they climb aboard one of the new palletized route trucks to make their way to you thirsty types wherever you may be on the go. So stay on the go. And remember, Coca-Cola is on the go with you everywhere.